Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a very special edition of Everyday English Talk. I am Anna.
And I am Ben. We are so excited to have you here. Today, we are doing something different. Instead of just one topic, we are taking you on a complete journey of self-improvement.
That's right. We have combined our 5 favorite conversations into one mega episode. We are exploring one big, important question. What version of yourself are you currently becoming?
It is a big question. In this episode, we will cover everything. We will talk about building healthy habits and learning new skills.
We will also discuss adulting, like how to be organized and smart with your money.
But it's not just about work. We will also talk about slowing down, unplugging from your phone, and finding a better work-life balance.
And finally, we will look at your mindset, how to be more positive, resilient, and adventurous in your daily life.
Whether you are listening on a long drive, cleaning your house, or just relaxing, this episode is designed to help you upgrade your life and your English at the same time.
There is a lot of useful vocabulary ahead. So, take a deep breath, get comfortable, and let's start building the best version of you, step by step.
Let's jump right into our first topic: building better habits. So Anna, I will start. The version of myself I am currently becoming is a healthier version.
That is a great goal, Ben. Health is so important, but what does that mean for you exactly? Are you changing your diet or exercising more?
I am trying to do both. For a long time, I was very lazy in the mornings. I used to sleep until the last minute. Then I would rush to work, drink a lot of coffee, and feel stressed. I did not like that version of me.
I understand. Mornings can be very hard. So, what are you doing differently now?
Well, I am trying to become an early bird. I set my alarm for 6 a.m. every day. When I wake up, I drink a big glass of water immediately. Then, I put on my running shoes and go outside.
Wow, 6 a.m. is very early. Do you run every single morning?
I try to run 3 or 4 times a week. I do not run fast. I just jog slowly around the park. The fresh air wakes me up better than coffee. It helps me feel ready for the day.
That sounds amazing. But is it hard? I think changing sleep habits is one of the hardest things to do.
It is very hard. The first week was terrible. I felt so tired. I wanted to stay in my warm bed. But I told myself, Ben, you want to get in shape. You have to do this. Now, after 1 month, it feels a little easier.
That is great dedication. What about food? You mentioned you want to be healthier. Are you eating differently too?
Yes. I am trying to cut down on sugar. I love sweet things, like cookies and soda. But they make me feel tired later in the day. So now, I am choosing fruit instead of cookies.
That is a smart choice. Fruit is sweet, but it is good for you.
Exactly. I am not perfect. Sometimes I still eat pizza or a burger. But I am trying to stick to a routine. I want to be the kind of person who has energy and feels strong.
I think that is a wonderful goal. It is not about being perfect. It is about trying to be better than yesterday. Do you feel different now that you are waking up early and eating better?
I do. I feel more awake. I have more energy in the afternoon. And I feel proud of myself because I am keeping a promise to myself.
That is the best feeling. You are building trust with yourself. You are becoming a disciplined and healthy person.
Yes, step by step. It takes time to break a bad habit, but I am not giving up.
That is inspiring, Ben. I think many of our listeners want to be healthier too. It is a common goal because our body is our home.
You are right. If we feel good physically, we can do more things in life.
Let's go over some useful phrases from this conversation.
Sure.
First, get in shape. This means to make your body strong and healthy through exercise and good food. Example, I joined a gym because I want to get in shape for the summer.
Second, Stick to a routine. This means to continue doing your plan every day, even when it is hard. Example: it is difficult to stick to a routine on the weekend.
Third, break a bad habit. This means to stop doing something that is bad for you. Example: he wants to break the bad habit of smoking.
Fourth, early bird. This is a person who likes to wake up early in the morning. Example: my mother is an early bird. She wakes up at 5 a.m.
Fifth, cut down on. This means to use or eat less of something. Example: the doctor told me to cut down on salt. What about you, listener? What is one healthy habit you want to start?
Do you want to exercise more, sleep earlier, or eat more vegetables? Share your answer with us in the comments.
Okay, Ben, you talked about health. Now I want to talk about the version of myself I am becoming. I am becoming a more creative and skilled version of myself.
I love that, Anna. Creativity makes life fun. What new skill are you learning?
I decided to learn photography. I have always loved looking at beautiful photos, but I never knew how to take them. I only used my phone to take quick pictures of my food or my cat.
That is how most of us start. So, did you buy a big professional camera?
No, not yet. I am using an old camera my father gave me. It is a bit heavy, but it works. I am trying to learn how to use the light and how to frame a picture correctly.
That sounds interesting, but also a little difficult. There are so many buttons on those cameras.
Yes, it is very confusing. At first I was afraid. I thought, I am not an artist. I will make mistakes. But then I decided to just give it a shot.
That is the right attitude. You never know until you try. How are you learning? Are you taking a class?
I am watching videos online. There are so many free teachers on the internet. I watch a video, and then I go outside to practice. I take photos of flowers, trees, and sometimes people walking in the street.
Learning by doing is the best way. Have you taken any good photos yet?
I have taken hundreds of bad photos, blurry photos, dark photos, boring photos. But yesterday, I took a picture of the sunset near the river. The colors were orange and purple. It actually looked really nice. I felt so happy.
That is progress. Making progress feels good, even if it is slow.
Exactly. I am learning to be patient with myself. I used to think I had to be good at everything immediately. But now I know that learning is a journey. I am taking it step by step.
I think that is a very important lesson. We often give up because we are not experts on the first day.
Yes. I want to be a person who is always learning. I don't want to stop growing just because I am an adult. The version of me I am becoming is curious. I want to explore the world through my camera lens.
That is beautiful. And photography changes how you see the world. You start to see beauty in small things.
Yes. Now when I walk to work, I look at the shadows on the ground. I look at the colors of the leaves. I pay more attention to my environment.
So you are not just learning a technical skill, you are learning a new way to see.
That is true. And it helps me relax too. When I am taking photos, I forget about my worries. I just focus on the picture.
Keep it up, Anna. I would love to see your sunset photo later.
I will show you, and maybe one day I will take a good portrait of you.
Ha! I hope I am photogenic.
Let's go over some useful phrases for learning new things.
Sure.
First, step by step. This means to do something slowly, one small part at a time. Example: don't rush. You will learn the language step by step.
Second, give it a shot. This is an idiom that means to try something new. Example: I have never played tennis, but I will give it a shot.
Third, make progress. This means to get better at something over time. Example: if you practice every day, you will make progress quickly.
Fourth, keep it up. This is a phrase used to encourage someone to continue doing a good job. Example: your English is improving. Keep it up.
Fifth, Learn by doing. This means to learn through practice and action, not just by reading books. Example: the best way to learn cooking is to learn by doing. What about you? Is there a new skill you are trying to learn?
Maybe you are learning English, playing the guitar, or learning to cook? Tell us in the comments. So Anna, we talked about the body and we talked about skills. But what about the inside? The mind and the heart?
That is the deepest part. I think the version of myself I am becoming is also a kinder and calmer person.
I am working on that too. Life can be very stressful. It is easy to get angry or anxious.
Yes. For example, in the past, I used to worry about everything. If I had a problem at work, I would think about it all night. I could not sleep. I was always stressed.
I know that feeling. I used to get very angry in traffic. If a car cut in front of me, I would shout and feel bad for an hour. It was a waste of energy.
So, how are you changing that, Ben?
Now, I try to keep my cool. When something bad happens, I take a deep breath. I tell myself, Ben, getting angry will not fix the problem. I try to stay calm.
That is very mature. It is about controlling your reaction.
Yes. I want peace of mind more than I want to be right. What about you, Anna?
I am trying to be a better listener. In the past, when my friends had problems, I always wanted to give advice. I talked too much. I thought I was helping.
But sometimes people just want to be heard, right?
Exactly. Now, I try to lend an ear. I just sit and listen. I let them talk. I support them, but I don't try to fix everything for them. I want to be a friend who is safe and patient. I realize that being kind is more important than being smart.
That is a lovely change. I think we are both trying to take it easy. We are trying not to rush through life.
Yes. I try to look on the bright side. Even when things go wrong, I try to find something positive. For example, if it rains and I cannot go to the park, I think, okay, this is a good time to read a book at home.
Optimism is a powerful tool. It changes a bad day into a good day.
We are not perfect, Ben. I still worry sometimes. You probably still get annoyed in traffic sometimes.
Oh, definitely. But we are aware of it now. We catch ourselves and we try to change the thought.
That is what personal growth is. It is noticing your behavior and choosing a better way.
So, the version of us we are becoming is more peaceful, more patient, and more present.
I like that version of us. Let's go over some useful phrases for mindset and personality.
Sure.
First, look on the bright side. This means to find the positive things in a bad situation. Example: I missed the bus, but I looked on the bright side. I had time to call my mom.
Second, keep your cool. This means to stay calm and not get angry in a difficult situation. Example: even though the customer was rude, the waiter kept his cool.
Third, lend an ear. This means to listen to someone sympathetically or kindly. Example: if you need to talk, I am always here to lend an ear.
Fourth, take it easy. This means to relax and not worry too much. Example: you have been working hard. You should go home and take it easy.
Fifth, peace of mind. This is a feeling of being safe, calm, and not worried. Example: saving money gives me peace of mind for the future. What about you? Do you want to be calmer, happier, or more patient?
How do you handle stress? Share your answer with us in the comments.
Now it's your turn.
Let's practice what you learned today about personal growth.
Listening challenge. Listen to the episode again. Try to find the 3 areas we talked about: health, skills, and mindset.
Speaking challenge. Stand in front of a mirror or record your voice on your phone. Say 3 sentences about who you are becoming. For example, I am becoming a healthier person. I drink water every morning. I am becoming a person who speaks English well. I practice every day.
Writing challenge. Write a short paragraph in your notebook. Title it, The Future Me. Write about one habit you want to break and one habit you want to start.
Remember, small practice every day helps you improve. You are building the English-speaking version of yourself.
That's right, just one step at a time. Let's take a moment to summarize the key points we covered. We talked about becoming a better version of ourselves.
We talked about building better habits, like waking up early and eating healthy.
We talked about learning new skills, like photography or languages, and giving it a shot even if we are afraid.
And we talked about changing our mindset to be calmer and kinder.
Let's quickly review 5 important phrases from today. Listen and repeat.
Get in shape to become healthy.
Step by step, slowly and gradually.
Give it a shot to try something new.
Look on the bright side, to be positive.
Keep your cool to stay calm.
Remember, English learning is about practice and patience. Don't worry about being perfect. Just focus on making progress.
That was a great discussion about our personal habits. Waking up early and learning new skills are great ways to start growing.
They certainly are. But personal growth isn't just about our hobbies or our health. It is also about how we handle our daily responsibilities.
That brings us to our next big topic. It is a funny word that describes a serious thing.
We are moving on to adulting.
Adulting. That means acting like a responsible adult. It means managing your time, your money, and your confidence in the real world.
Exactly. In this next section, we ask the question, are you becoming organized? Are you becoming financially smart?
These are practical skills we all need. So, let's see how we are upgrading our lives in the adulting department. All right, Anna, I will go first. The version of myself I am currently becoming is the organized version.
Oh, the organized version. I like the sound of that. It sounds very professional. Why did you choose this goal? Was there a specific moment that made you want to change?
Yes, there was. To be honest, I used to be very messy. My room was always full of clothes on the floor, and my desk was covered in papers. But the turning point was last month. I lost my house keys for 3 hours.
3 hours? That sounds terrible. Where were they?
They were under a pile of magazines on my kitchen table. I was so angry with myself. I was late for work, and I felt so stressed. I realized that being messy was making my life difficult.
Being late is very stressful. It ruins your whole morning. So, tell me, what are you doing differently now? How do you organize your life?
First, I bought a daily planner. It is a small notebook. Every night before I sleep, I sit down for 5 minutes. I write down exactly what I need to do the next day. I make a detailed list.
That is a great habit. I love making lists. Does it help you remember things better?
It helps a lot. When I wake up, I know exactly what to do. I don't waste time looking for things or wondering what is important. I feel ready for the day.
I agree. Writing things down clears your mind so you can sleep better. What about your messy room? How do you keep it clean?
I created a new rule for myself. I call it the 15-minute rule. Every evening, I tidy up for just 15 minutes. I put my clothes in the closet, wash the dishes, and clean my desk.
That is smart. 15 minutes is not a long time. It is easy to do.
Exactly. Before, I waited until the weekend to clean. Then, the mess was huge, and it took hours to clean. Now, I do a little bit every day. It is much easier.
I think that is the secret. Small actions make a big difference. And are you still late for appointments?
No, I am trying very hard to stop procrastinating. In the past, I said, I will do it later. Now, If a task takes less than 2 minutes, I do it immediately.
That is a big change. How does it feel to be the organized Ben? Do you feel different?
It feels calm. I feel more in control of my life. I am not running around like a crazy person looking for my keys anymore.
I am happy for you, Ben. Being organized gives you more free time to enjoy life. You don't have to spend your Sunday cleaning for 5 hours.
Yes, it really does. My weekends are finally free for fun things.
Let's go over some useful phrases about organization.
Sure.
First, to-do list. This is a list of jobs or tasks you need to finish. Example, I check my to-do list every morning to see my tasks.
Second, on time. This means you are not late. You arrive at the correct time. Example, the train left exactly on time at 8 p.m.
Third, plan ahead. This means to prepare for the future before it happens. Example, if you want a cheap flight, you must plan ahead and buy tickets early.
Fourth, tidy up. This means to clean a small mess or put things in the correct place. Example, please tidy up your toys before you go to bed.
Fifth, stop procrastinating. Procrastinating means waiting until the last minute to do work. Example, if you stop procrastinating, you will not feel stressed before the deadline. What about you? Are you an organized person or a messy person?
Do you use a planner or a calendar to organize your day? Share your answer with us in the comments.
Okay, Ben, now it is my turn. The version of myself I am becoming is the financially smart version.
That is a very important version, Anna. Money is a huge part of adult life. Were you bad with money before?
I wasn't terrible, but I wasn't smart. I really loved to shop. If I saw a nice dress in a window or a cute pair of shoes online, I bought them immediately. I didn't think about the price or if I truly needed them.
Ah, impulse buying. I know that problem well. It feels good in the moment, right?
Yes, it feels exciting for 5 minutes. But then, at the end of the month, I looked at my bank account and felt sad. I had no savings. I was working hard, but my money was disappearing.
That is a scary feeling. It feels like you have no control. So, what specific changes are you making now?
Now, I am living on a budget. I use an app on my phone to track every dollar I spend. I calculate how much money I have for rent, food, bills, and fun.
That sounds very responsible. Is it hard to stick to the budget? Do you miss shopping?
Sometimes it is hard, but I have a new rule. It is called the 30-day rule. If I want to buy something expensive, I wait for 30 days. If I still want it after 30 days, I can buy it.
That is a fantastic idea. Usually, after 30 days, we forget about the item, right?
Exactly. Usually, I realize I don't need it. I am also trying to save up for the future. I want to build a safety net.
A safety net is so important. You mean saving money for emergencies?
Yes, I am putting money aside for a rainy day. If my car breaks down or if I need to go to the dentist, I want to be able to pay for it without stress.
That brings a lot of peace. Are you cutting costs in other ways?
Yes, I looked at my habits. I used to buy lunch at work every day. Now, I cook dinner at home and bring the leftovers for lunch.
Cooking at home is much cheaper than restaurants. Is it difficult to cook every night?
Sometimes I am tired, but I try to cook simple meals. It saves me about $50 a week. That is $200 a month.
Wow, those small savings add up quickly. That is enough money for a nice trip at the end of the year.
Exactly. I want to feel safe, not stressed about money. The financially smart Anna feels more secure and independent.
I think I need to join you on this journey. I spend too much on new gadgets that I don't use.
We can help each other. We can find free things to do on the weekend, like hiking or visiting free museums, instead of going to the shopping mall. Let's go over some useful phrases about money.
Sure.
First, save up. This means to keep money and not spend it, usually for a big purchase or goal. Example: I am trying to save up for a new car.
Second, on a budget. This means you have a specific plan for your money and a limit on spending. Example: we are eating at home because we are on a budget this month.
Third, waste money. This means to spend money on things you do not need or do not use. Example: don't waste money on expensive coffee every day.
Fourth, rainy day. This is an idiom for a time of need or emergency in the future. Example: my grandmother always said to save some money for a rainy day.
Fifth, cut costs. This means to reduce the amount of money you spend on daily things. Example: we need to cut costs, so we canceled our Netflix subscription. What about you? Are you a spender or a saver?
What is one thing you are saving money for right now? Tell us in the comments. So Anna, we talked about being organized and smart with money. Those are very practical skills. Is there one more version we should talk about?
Yes. I think this one is internal. We are both trying to become the confident version of ourselves.
That is true. You know, many people think I am very outgoing because I talk on this podcast. But actually, I used to be very shy.
Really? I can't believe that. You seem so comfortable talking to everyone.
Thank you, but it wasn't always like that. In the past, at parties, I would stand in the corner looking at my phone. I was afraid to talk to new people. My hands would sweat, and I didn't know what to say.
I understand that feeling completely. I had a similar problem at work. In big meetings, I had good ideas in my head, but I was afraid to speak up. I thought, what if I make a mistake? What if my idea is stupid?
Fear stops us from doing so many good things. We stay quiet because we want to be safe. So, how are you building your confidence now, Anna?
I am learning to face my fear. I realize that my ideas are valuable. Now, in meetings, I set a small goal. I force myself to say at least one thing or ask one question.
That is brave. And what happens when you speak? Do people laugh?
No, usually, people nod their heads. They say, "That is a good point, Anna." It makes me feel proud. It proves that the fear was only in my imagination.
That is wonderful. For me, I am trying to break the ice with strangers in daily life.
How do you do that?
If I am in an elevator or waiting in line for coffee, I try to say hello. Or I ask a simple question like, "How is your day?" Or, "Do you think it will rain later?"
Just simple small talk?
Yes. It helps me come out of my shell. I learned that most people are actually friendly. They are happy to chat for a minute.
That is a great way to practice. Confidence is like a muscle. You have to use it to make it strong. You cannot just read about confidence. You have to do it.
Exactly. And another thing, I am learning to accept mistakes. Sometimes I say something silly. Sometimes I forget a word. And that is okay.
Yes, nobody is perfect. Being confident doesn't mean you are perfect. It means you are comfortable being yourself, even with mistakes.
So, the confident version of us is not loud or arrogant. We are just open. We are willing to connect with others.
Yes, we are learning that our voice matters and that we belong in the room.
I feel better just talking about it. It motivates me to be braver tomorrow.
Let's go over some useful phrases about confidence.
Sure.
First, come out of your shell. This means to stop being shy and become more social and open. Example: she was very quiet at school, but she came out of her shell at university.
Second, speak up. This means to express your opinion clearly and loudly, especially when you are afraid. Example: if you have a good idea, you should speak up in the meeting.
Third, face your fear. This means to do the thing that scares you instead of running away. Example: he is afraid of flying, but he decided to face his fear and travel.
Fourth, believe in yourself. This means to have confidence that you can do something. Example: you are a great writer. You just need to believe in yourself.
5th, break the ice. This means to say or do something to start a conversation and make people relax. Example: the teacher played a fun game to break the ice on the first day of class. So listeners, what about you? When do you feel shy or nervous?
Do you want to be more confident speaking English with strangers? Share your thoughts with us.
Now it's your turn.
Let's practice what you learned today about being a better adult.
Listening challenge. Listen to the episode again. Try to find the 3 useful habits we talked about: using a planner, making a budget, and speaking up.
Speaking challenge. Say 3 sentences out loud about your goals. For example, I want to be more organized. I will make a to-do list. I want to be smart with money. I will stop buying coffee.
Writing challenge. Write a short paragraph about the version of yourself you are becoming. Are you working on your time, your money, or your confidence?
Don't worry about grammar. Just practice expressing your ideas.
Remember, small practice every day helps you improve.
That's right. Just one step at a time. Anna, so, let's quickly recap the main lessons from this section. We talked about practical ways to grow. We talked about the organized version, using lists and being on time.
We talked about the financially smart version, saving money and making a budget.
And we talked about the confident version, facing fears and speaking to new people.
Let's quickly review 5 important phrases from today. Listen and repeat.
To-do list. A list of tasks to finish.
Stop procrastinating. To do work now, not later.
Save up. To keep money for the future.
Rainy day. A time of emergency.
Break the ice. To start a conversation.
Remember, English learning is about practice and patience. Becoming a new version of yourself takes time. Wow, we covered a lot of practical tips there. Being organized and smart with money definitely makes life easier.
It does. But sometimes, being a responsible adult can feel exhausting. We are always running, always working, always checking our lists.
That is so true, Ben. And that brings us to our 3rd big question. Sometimes, growth isn't about moving faster. Sometimes, it is about slowing down.
I couldn't agree more. In this next part, we are changing the pace. We aren't talking about doing more. We are talking about being more.
We are going to discuss the calmer version of ourselves.
We will talk about unplugging from our digital devices, finding a healthy work-life balance, and reconnecting with the people we love offline.
If you feel stressed or too busy, this section is for you. Let's take a deep breath and explore how to find some peace in a fast world.
All right, Anna, I will start. The version of myself I am currently becoming is the unplugged version.
Unplugged? That sounds like you are pulling a cord out of the wall. What do you mean exactly?
I mean, I am trying to disconnect from technology. To be honest, I think I was addicted to my phone. It was the first thing I touched in the morning and the last thing I touched at night.
I think many people have that problem, Ben. Phones are everywhere. How bad was it for you?
It was pretty bad. Every night, I would get into bed to sleep. But then, I would pick up my phone just for 1 minute to check the news or social media.
Let me guess. 1 minute turned into 1 hour?
Exactly. I would look at funny videos, read angry comments, and look at photos of people I don't even know. We call this doom scrolling. I would look at the screen until my eyes hurt.
That sounds exhausting. And the blue light from the screen is very bad for your sleep, right?
Yes. The next morning, I felt tired and grumpy. I realized that I was glued to the screen. I was missing real life because I was looking at a digital life. I felt like I was watching other people live instead of living myself.
So, what are you doing to change this habit? How are you becoming the unplugged Ben?
I made a strict rule. No phones in the bedroom. I bought an old-fashioned alarm clock to wake me up. When I go to sleep, my phone stays in the kitchen.
That is a very brave move. Is it hard? Do you feel bored lying in bed without it?
The first few nights were very strange. I reached for my phone, but it wasn't there. I felt a little anxious, like I was missing something. But now, I actually sleep deeply. I read a paper book before bed. It is so much more relaxing.
I love that. You are reclaiming your time. You are choosing sleep over scrolling.
Yes. I am trying to disconnect to reconnect. I disconnect from the internet so I can reconnect with myself and my own thoughts.
That is a beautiful way to say it. When we are not looking down at our phones, we can look up at the world. We can see the sky, the trees, and the people around us.
Exactly. I want to live in the moment, not in the virtual world. I want to be present here, right now.
Let's go over some useful phrases about digital habits.
Sure.
First, glued to the screen. This means you are looking at your phone or computer and you cannot stop. Example, the children were glued to the screen watching the movie all day.
Second, scroll through. This means to move up or down on a screen to see information or pictures. Example, I like to scroll through social media when I am waiting for the bus.
Third, disconnect to reconnect. This is a phrase that means turning off technology to improve your real life. Example, on our family vacation, we decided to disconnect to reconnect.
Fourth, live in the moment. This means to pay attention to what is happening right now, not the past or the phone. Example, put your camera away and just live in the moment.
Fifth, break the habit. This means to stop doing something you do often. Example, it is hard to break the habit of checking my phone every 5 minutes. So listeners, what about you? Do you check your phone immediately when you wake up?
Do you think you spend too much time on the internet? Share your answer with us in the comments.
Okay, Ben, now it is my turn. The version of myself I am becoming is the balanced version.
Balance is something we all need. Are you talking about the balance between work and life?
Yes. In the past, I was a workaholic. I worked very hard. I arrived early, and I stayed late. Even when I went home, I checked my work emails during dinner.
I remember that time. You were always busy. You looked very tired and stressed. You never had time for fun.
I was exhausted. I felt like I was running a race that never finished. My body started to hurt, and I was getting headaches every day. I was starting to burn out.
Burnout is dangerous. If you don't rest, your body will force you to rest. It is like a car running without gas. So, what changed for you?
I decided to draw the line. I realized that my job is just one part of my life, not my whole life. Now, when I leave the office at 5 p.m., I leave my work there.
That is a very healthy boundary. But is it difficult? Do you worry that you are missing an important email?
At first, I felt guilty. I thought, I should be working. People will think I am lazy. But then I realized that if I rest, I work better the next day. My brain is fresher.
That is so true. We are not machines. We need to recharge our batteries. If the battery is empty, we cannot function.
Exactly. Now, my evenings are for me. I cook dinner slowly and enjoy the smells. I listen to soft music. I take a long bath. I am learning to enjoy doing nothing.
Doing nothing is actually a skill. It is called relaxing. In our modern world, we feel like we must always be productive.
Yes, I am becoming a person who values work-life balance. I want to be healthy and happy, not just successful.
I think the balanced Anna seems much happier. You smile more now, and you seem more peaceful.
Thank you, Ben. I feel lighter. I realize that the emails will still be there tomorrow morning. It is okay to wait. Let's go over some useful phrases about work-life balance.
Sure.
First, burnout. This means to become very tired and sick because you worked too hard for too long. Example, if you work every weekend without a break, you will burn out.
Second, draw the line. This means to set a clear limit or a boundary that you will not cross. Example, I answer calls until 6 p.m., but I draw the line at working on Sundays.
Third, off the clock. This means you are not working right now, you are on your free time. Example, please don't ask me about the project. I am off the clock.
Fourth, recharge your batteries. This means to rest so you can get your energy back. Example, I need a quiet weekend to recharge my batteries.
Fifth, work-life balance. This is the relationship between time spent working and time spent with family or relaxing. Example, it is important to have a good work-life balance to stay healthy. So listeners, what about you? Do you check work emails on the weekend?
What do you do to relax after a long day? Tell us in the comments. So Anna, we talked about unplugging from phones and balancing work. I think there is one more part of this slow living lifestyle.
Yes, the third part is connection. The version of myself I am becoming is the connected version.
Connected to what? To the internet? To the Wi-Fi?
No, connected to people, to my friends and family. I realized that being busy made me lonely. I was surrounded by people online, but I felt alone offline.
That is interesting. We are always texting, but we are not really talking, right? A text message is very short and simple.
Exactly. I used to send text messages to my best friend. I would send a quick emoji, or a short sentence like, miss you, but I didn't actually see her for months.
It is easy to think, I will see them later. But later never comes. We get busy, and weeks turn into months.
Yes. I took my relationships for granted. I thought my friends would always wait for me. But friendships need time and care, just like a plant needs water.
So, how are you fixing this? How are you becoming the connected Anna?
I am trying to spend quality time with people. Instead of texting, I call them on the phone to hear their voice. Hearing a laugh is so much better than reading LOL on a screen.
Voice calls. That is old school. But it feels much more personal. You can hear the emotion in their voice.
It does, and I am making plans to meet face to face. Last week, I invited my friend for tea. We sat for 2 hours and just talked. No phones, no rushing, just eye contact and conversation.
That sounds wonderful. Just being with someone and listening to their stories.
It was the best part of my week. We laughed, and we shared our feelings. I felt so full of love afterwards. A screen cannot give you that feeling.
I am trying to do the same with my family. I visit my parents every Sunday now. I want to count my blessings while they are here. I want to make memories with them.
That is so important, Ben. We often focus on what we don't have. But we should focus on the people who love us. They are the most valuable thing.
So, the version of us we are becoming is more present. We are not just liking photos on social media. We are showing up in real life.
Yes. We are making time for the people who matter. Let's go over some useful phrases about relationships and connection.
Sure.
First, quality time. This means time spent giving someone your full attention and love. Example, I want to spend quality time with my children this weekend.
Second, stay in touch. This means to continue to talk or write to someone so you don't lose the friendship. Example, even though she moved to another city, we stay in touch.
Third, take for granted. This means to not appreciate someone because you think they will always be there. Example, don't take your parents for granted, call them today.
Fourth, count your blessings. This means to be grateful for the good things in your life. Example, when I feel sad, I try to count my blessings.
Fifth, make time for. This means to clear your schedule to do something important. Example: you are busy, but you must make time for your friends. So listeners, what about you? Who is one person you want to see this week?
Do you prefer texting or talking on the phone? Share your thoughts with us.
Now it's your turn.
Let's practice what you learned today about slowing down and living better.
Listening challenge. Listen to the episode again. Try to find the 3 problems we discussed: phone addiction, working too much, and not seeing friends.
Speaking challenge. Say 3 sentences out loud about how you relax. For example, I turn off my phone at 9 p.m. I spend quality time with my family on Sunday.
Writing challenge. Write a short paragraph about a device-free time. Describe a time when you didn't use your phone for a few hours. What did you do? How did you feel?
Don't worry about perfect grammar. Just practice sharing your story.
Remember, small practice every day helps you improve.
That's right. Just one step at a time.
Let's look back at the most important takeaways from our discussion. We talked about becoming a calmer version of ourselves.
We talked about the unplugged version, leaving the phone away to sleep better.
We talked about the balanced version, leaving work at the office to avoid burnout.
And we talked about the connected version, spending real time with people we love.
Let's quickly review 5 important phrases from today. Listen and repeat.
Glued to the screen, looking at a device constantly.
Burnout. To be exhausted from overwork.
Draw the line. To set a boundary.
Quality time. Time spent with full attention.
Stay in touch. To keep contact with friends.
Remember, English learning is about practice and patience. Becoming a balanced person takes time, just like learning a language.
I feel more relaxed just talking about that. Disconnecting from technology and reconnecting with people is so important for our mental health.
It really is. But you know, Ben, a calm life requires more than just putting down the phone. It also requires a strong mind.
You are absolutely right. We can change our habits, but if we don't change how we think, we might get stuck again.
That leads us perfectly into our 4th topic. We are moving from the outside world to the inside world. We are going to talk about mindset.
This is the engine that drives everything else. In this next section, we are asking, are you becoming an optimist? Are you becoming a doer?
Or maybe you are learning to be resilient when things go wrong.
Changing your attitude is often the first step to changing your life. So, let's explore the new versions of our minds. All right, Anna, I will go first. The version of myself I am currently becoming is the optimist.
The optimist. That sounds like a very happy goal. But honestly, Ben, isn't it hard? The world can be a difficult place sometimes. What does being an optimist mean to you personally?
That is a fair question. Being an optimist doesn't mean I ignore bad things. It doesn't mean I smile when I am sad. For me, it means changing my focus. To be honest, in the past, I was a complainer.
A complainer? Really? You don't seem like a complainer now. You are always so cheerful. What did you complain about?
Oh, I complained about everything. If I went to a restaurant and the service was slow, I would get angry and talk about it for an hour. If the weather was cold, I said, "Oh no, my day is ruined." I focused on all the small, bad things.
I think many of us do that. It is very easy to see the negative things. It is like a bad habit. We bond with people by complaining together.
Exactly. It was a habit. I realized that I was carrying a lot of negative energy. When I complained, I felt tired. And I think I made my friends tired too. Nobody likes to be around a person who is always grumpy.
That is true. Negative energy spreads very quickly. If you are angry, I feel angry too. So, how are you changing this? How are you becoming an optimist?
I am trying to shift my focus. I try to see the glass half full, not half empty.
Can you give me a real example? What happens now when something goes wrong? For example, if you get stuck in terrible traffic.
Okay, traffic is a great example. Traffic is the worst. The old Ben would honk his horn and shout, but the new Ben tries to find one good thing. I think, okay, I am stuck here. I cannot move. So, this is extra time to listen to my favorite podcast.
I see. You turn a problem into an opportunity.
Yes. Or if I go to a restaurant and they get my order wrong, instead of getting angry, I think, well, maybe I should try this new dish. It might be delicious.
That is a very calm way to live. So you are practicing gratitude. You are looking for the gift in the problem.
Yes. I am trying to be grateful for what I have instead of angry about what I don't have. It is not easy, Anna. Sometimes I still want to complain. Sometimes I just want to yell.
Of course, we are human, but if you catch yourself complaining, you can stop.
Yes, I created a rule for myself. It is called the positive swap. If I complain about something, I must immediately say one good thing about it to balance it out.
That is a fun game. Like, my apartment is small, but it is easy to clean.
Exactly. Or, it is raining today, but now I don't have to water the garden. It sounds simple, but it changes my mood completely. I feel lighter.
I think that is beautiful, Ben. You are training your brain to hunt for the good things.
Yes. I want to be the kind of person who brings light into a room, not darkness.
Let's go over some useful phrases about optimism.
Sure.
First, glass half full. This is an idiom that means looking at the positive side of a situation. Example, she is an optimist. She always sees the glass half full.
Second, complain about. This means to say that you are unhappy or annoyed about something. Example, he always complains about his job, but he never changes it.
Third, negative energy. This is a feeling of anger, sadness, or stress that comes from a person or place. Example, I want to stay away from the negative energy of that argument.
Fourth, be grateful for. This means to feel thanks and appreciation for something. Example, I am grateful for my health and my family.
Fifth, shift your focus. This means to change what you are paying attention to. Example, if you are sad, shift your focus to something you love doing. So listeners, what about you? Do you complain a lot, or are you positive?
What is one thing you are grateful for today? Share your answer with us in the comments.
Okay, Ben, now it is my turn. The version of myself I am becoming is the doer.
The Doer. I like that name. It sounds strong and active. What were you before? Were you the thinker?
I was the dreamer. I had so many big ideas in my head. I wanted to learn painting. I wanted to start a blog. I wanted to redecorate my house. I bought books about these things. I watched videos about them.
That sounds good. Preparation is important. But did you actually do any of them?
No, that is the problem. I was stuck in preparation mode. I was always waiting for the perfect time. I thought, I will start painting when I have a better studio, or I will start my blog when I am less busy.
Ah, the trap of the perfect time. I know it well. We think, I will start on Monday, or I will start next year. But the perfect time never comes, does it?
Never. There is always a reason to wait. I realized I was procrastinating because of fear. I was afraid to start. I was afraid that my painting would be ugly or nobody would read my blog, so I just waited.
Fear stops us from doing so many things. We are afraid of not being perfect. So, how are you changing from a dreamer to a doer?
I decided that actions speak louder than words. I stopped talking about my plans, and I started doing small things. I used a new rule called the 5-minute rule.
Oh, I like rules. What is the 5-minute rule?
It is very simple. I tell myself, I will do this activity for just 5 minutes. If I want to paint, I paint for 5 minutes. If I want to exercise, I run for 5 minutes.
That seems too easy. Does it work?
Yes, because usually, the hardest part is starting. Once I start painting for 5 minutes, I usually want to continue for an hour. But 5 minutes sounds easy, so I am not afraid.
That is a great psychological trick. You tricked your brain. So, did you finally start painting?
Yes. Instead of waiting to buy expensive brushes and a big canvas, I just bought a cheap watercolor set, and I painted a simple flower.
How did it turn out? Was it a masterpiece?
It wasn't a masterpiece. It was a little messy, but I felt so proud. I actually created something. I didn't just sit on the sofa and think about it.
That is the key. You broke the paralysis. You made it happen.
Yes. I am learning to be proactive. Proactive means I don't wait for things to happen to me. I make them happen.
Being proactive is a very powerful quality. It changes your life. Instead of watching life pass by, you are participating in it.
Exactly. Now, if I have an idea, I try to take action immediately, even if it is a tiny action. I want to look back at my life and say, I did that, not, I wish I did that. Let's go over some useful phrases about taking action.
Sure.
First, take action. This means to do something to achieve a result. Example, we need to take action to solve this problem.
Second, actions speak louder than words. This is a famous saying. It means what you do is more important than what you say. Example, he promised to help, but he didn't. Actions speak louder than words.
Third, make it happen. This means to work hard to complete a goal. Example, if you want that job, you have to work hard and make it happen.
Fourth, stop waiting. This means to begin now. Example, stop waiting for Monday, start your diet today.
Fifth, proactive. This describes a person who controls situations rather than just reacting to them. Example, she is very proactive. She solved the issue before the boss asked. So listeners, what about you? Do you have a big dream you haven't started yet?
What is one small action you can take today? Tell us in the comments. So Anna, we talked about being positive and taking action. But I have a question. What happens when we take action and things go wrong?
That is a great question, because things often go wrong. Life is messy.
Exactly. That brings us to the third version. We are both trying to become the resilient version.
Resilient is a bit of a difficult word. Can you explain what it means?
Resilient means you are strong on the inside. When something bad happens, or when you fail, you don't break. You bounce back, you recover.
I love that image. Bouncing back like a ball. In the past, were you resilient?
No, not at all. I was very fragile. If I tried something and I failed, I felt stupid. I would quit immediately. I hated the feeling of being wrong.
I was the same. I remember once I tried to learn how to cook a fancy dinner for my friends. I burned the chicken completely. The kitchen was full of smoke. It was terrible.
Oh no, that is embarrassing. What did you do?
I threw the chicken away and I cried. I ordered pizza instead. And I told myself, I am a terrible cook. I will never cook for people again. I gave up.
That is a very common reaction. We feel ashamed when we fail. We think failure means we are bad. But actually, it just means the attempt was bad.
Yes. But now, we are changing that mindset. How do you handle failure now, Ben?
I am learning to see failure as a lesson, not a stopping point.
Can you share a story?
Well, recently I tried to fix my bicycle. I watched a video online. I thought I could do it, but I made a mistake and I actually broke the brake cable. I made it worse.
That sounds frustrating. Did you quit?
I wanted to quit. I felt angry at myself. I thought, Ben, you are clumsy. But then I took a deep breath. I thought, okay, I made a mistake. Why did it break?
That is a smart question. You became curious, not angry.
Yes. I looked at the broken part. I realized I used the wrong tool. So, I went to the shop, bought the right tool, and I tried again.
And did you fix it?
Yes, eventually. It took 3 hours, but I did it. And honestly, I felt more proud than if I had done it perfectly the first time. Because I solved the problem.
That is resilience. You didn't let the problem stop you. You found a way around it.
Exactly. I think becoming resilient is about understanding that everyone fails. Even the most successful people fail many times.
Yes, failure is just part of the process. It is how we learn. If we never fail, it means we are not trying anything new.
So now, when we face a challenge, we don't say, I give up. We say, I will try again a different way.
We are becoming tougher, not hard and mean, but strong and flexible. We can handle difficult days.
Knowing that I can bounce back gives me a lot of confidence. It makes me less afraid to try new things.
Let's go over some useful phrases about resilience.
Sure.
First, give up. This means to stop trying, to quit. Example, the puzzle was hard, but he didn't give up.
Second, bounce back. This means to recover quickly from a difficult situation. Example, she lost her job, but she bounced back and found a better one.
Third, learn from mistakes. This means to use your failure to get smarter. Example, it is okay to be wrong as long as you learn from your mistakes.
Fourth, try again. This means to make another effort. Example, if you don't succeed the first time, try again.
Fifth, failure is a lesson. This is a mindset that sees failure as helpful information. Example, don't be sad. Failure is a lesson that helps you improve. So listeners, what about you? How do you feel when you make a mistake?
Do you try again, or do you quit? Share your honest answer with us.
Now it's your turn.
Let's practice what you learned today about mindset.
Listening challenge. Listen to the episode again. Can you identify the 3 types of people we talked about? The optimist, the doer, and the resilient person.
Speaking challenge. Look in the mirror and say 3 affirmations. For example, I focus on the good things. I take action today. I learn from my mistakes.
Writing challenge. Be honest with yourself. Are you a complainer, a dreamer, or someone who gives up? Write 1 sentence about how you will change. For example, I am a dreamer, but tomorrow I will take action by writing 1 page of my book.
Changing your mind is the first step to changing your life.
That's right. Just 1 thought at a time. It is time to review the big ideas we just discussed. We talked about growth mindset.
We talked about the optimist, seeing the glass half full and stopping complaints.
We talked about the doer, taking small actions and not waiting for the perfect time.
And we talked about the resilient person, bouncing back from failure and trying again.
Let's quickly review 5 important phrases from today. Listen and repeat.
Glass half full. Thinking positively.
Shift your focus to look for the good things.
Take action. To do something, not just think.
Bounce back to recover from a problem.
Give up. To quit. But we don't want to do this.
Remember, English learning is about practice and patience. Your mindset will help you learn faster. We have done a lot of serious work today. We talked about discipline, money, and building a tough mindset. These are all very important.
They are. But Anna, I think we are missing one thing. Life isn't just about hard work and discipline. It should also be about fun.
You are absolutely right. We don't want to become boring robots. We want to feel alive.
That brings us to our final topic for this special episode. We are stepping out of our routines. We are asking, are you becoming an adventurer?
In this last section, we are going to talk about breaking out of a rut, becoming a yes person, and staying curious about the world around us.
It is time to open our eyes and look for the hidden gems in our lives. Let's finish this journey with some excitement. All right, Anna, I will go first. The version of myself I am currently becoming is the explorer.
The explorer. That sounds very adventurous, Ben. Are you planning to climb Mount Everest or sail across the ocean?
No. Nothing that extreme. I don't have the money or the energy for that. When I say explorer, I mean exploring my own life and my own city.
I like that idea. We often think adventure means going to a different country, but we forget to look at the places near us. What made you want to become an explorer?
Well, I realized that I was stuck in a rut. Do you know that feeling?
Yes. Being stuck in a rut means doing the same thing every day and feeling bored, right? Like a wheel stuck in the mud.
Exactly. Every weekend, I went to the same coffee shop. I ordered the same drink. I walked on the same streets. I ate at the same restaurants. My life was very comfortable, but it was also very gray. I stopped seeing new things.
Comfort is nice, but it can be dangerous. It makes us lazy. So, what are you doing differently now?
I decided to step out of my comfort zone. Now, every Saturday, I force myself to go to a new neighborhood in the city. A place I have never visited before.
That sounds fun. What do you do there? Do you have a map?
No map. I just walk around and get a little lost. I look at the houses and the gardens. I try to find a hidden gem.
A hidden gem? What is that?
A hidden gem is a great place that nobody knows about. For example, last week, I turned down a quiet street I usually ignore. I smelled something delicious, like cinnamon and sugar.
Ooh, that sounds good. What was it?
It was a tiny bakery. It had no big sign, just a small door. I went inside, and they sold the best bread I have ever tasted.
Wow. And you would never have found it if you stayed in your routine.
Exactly. It felt like a treasure hunt. I also try to take different routes to work. Instead of the main road, I walk through the park or take a side street.
Does that take more time?
Sometimes it takes 5 or 10 minutes longer. But I see different trees, different people walking their dogs, and new shops opening. It wakes up my brain.
I think that is the important part. When we see new things, our brain wakes up. We feel more alive.
Yes. I am learning to get off the beaten path. I don't want to follow the crowd. I want to find my own way and see my city with fresh eyes.
And the best part is, you don't need a plane ticket to do that. You just need a pair of walking shoes and some curiosity.
That is the truth. The world is interesting right here if we just open our eyes.
Let's go over some useful phrases about exploring.
Sure.
First, comfort zone. This is a situation where you feel safe and comfortable, but you don't learn anything new. Example: you need to step out of your comfort zone to grow.
Second, stuck in a rut. This means you are bored because you do the same routine every day. Example: I need a vacation because I feel stuck in a rut at work.
Third, hidden gem. This is a great place or thing that few people know about. Example: this restaurant is a hidden gem. The food is amazing.
Fourth, get off the beaten path. This means to go to places that are not famous or crowded. Example: tourists usually stay in the center, but we like to get off the beaten path.
Fifth, explore. This means to travel around a place to learn about it. Example: let's walk around and explore the city. So listeners, what about you? Do you always go to the same places?
Is there a part of your city you have never visited? Share your answer with us in the comments.
Okay, Ben, now it is my turn. The version of myself I am becoming is the yes person.
The yes person. That sounds dangerous, Anna. Are you agreeing to give people all your money?
Ha, no, not like that. I mean, I am saying yes to invitations and opportunities.
Ah, I see. Were you a no person before?
Definitely. I was the queen of saying no. If my friends invited me to a party, I said, no, I am tired. If they asked me to go hiking, I said, no, it is too far.
I understand. Sometimes it is just easier to stay home in your pajamas and watch a movie. It takes energy to go out.
Exactly. I was lazy. And also a little bit shy. I was afraid of social situations. But then I looked at my calendar, and it was empty. I felt lonely. I realized I was making my life boring.
So you decided to change. How does the yes person act?
Now, I have a rule. If someone invites me to do something new, I must say yes, unless I have a really good reason to say no.
That is a brave rule. Give us an example. What did you say yes to recently?
Last week, my colleague invited me to a salsa dancing class after work.
Salsa dancing? You? But you always say you have 2 left feet.
Yes. My first thought was, no way, I cannot dance. I will look silly. I wanted to run home. But then I remembered my rule. So I took a deep breath and said, okay, let's give it a go.
And how was it? Did you survive?
It was hilarious. I was terrible at dancing. I stepped on my partner's feet many times. But the music was loud and happy. And everyone was laughing.
That sounds like so much fun. Did you feel embarrassed?
A little bit at first. But then I realized nobody cared. They were just having fun. I met new people, and I had a great story to tell the next day.
That is awesome. You made a memory. If you stayed home, you would have no memory of that night. You would just remember watching TV.
Exactly. I am trying to avoid the fear of missing out. We call it FOMO. I don't want to miss out on the fun parts of life because I am scared or lazy.
It is interesting because usually, the hardest part is just leaving the house. Once you are there, you usually have a good time.
Yes, I am learning to be open-minded. I am learning that new is not scary. New is exciting.
Being a yes person opens many doors. You never know who you will meet or what you will learn.
True. I am collecting experiences now, not just things. Let's go over some useful phrases about saying yes.
Sure.
First, say yes to. This means to agree to do something or accept an invitation. Example: you should say yes to the job offer.
Second, miss out on. This means to lose the chance to do something good. Example: if you don't go to the party, you will miss out on the fun.
Third, give it a go. This is a friendly way to say, try it. Example: I have never eaten sushi, but I will give it a go.
Fourth, open-minded. This describes a person who is willing to consider new ideas or experiences. Example: she is very open-minded and loves trying new foods.
Fifth, make memories. This means to do things that you will remember happily in the future. Example: we went on a family trip to make memories together. So listeners, what about you? Are you a yes person or a no person?
When was the last time you tried something new? Tell us in the comments. So Anna, we talked about exploring the city and saying yes to activities. I think there is one more version we are both working on.
Yes, this one is about the mind. We are becoming the curious version of ourselves.
Curiosity is a wonderful thing. Children are naturally curious. They always ask why. But adults often forget to wonder.
That is true. We think we know everything already. We get busy with work and bills. But actually, the world is huge and fascinating.
So, how are you practicing curiosity in your daily life?
I am trying to be curious about people. In the past, if I met someone who was different from me, I might judge them. I might think, that is strange, or I don't like that.
We all do that. It is natural to like people who are the same as us. It is easier.
But now, instead of judging, I ask questions. If I see someone eating a food I don't know, I ask, what is that? What does it taste like?
That is a great way to broaden your horizons. You learn about different cultures and different ways of living just by asking.
Yes. For example, my neighbor plays a strange musical instrument. Instead of complaining about the noise, I asked him about it. He showed me the instrument and told me stories about his country.
That is wonderful. You turned a stranger into a friend just by being curious.
Exactly. I am also reading more books about history and science. I want to learn something new every day.
I think learning English is a great example of curiosity. Our listeners are very curious people.
You are right. Learning a language is the ultimate curiosity. You are curious about how other people speak, think, and live. You are opening a door to a new world.
I am trying to be curious about nature too. Yesterday, I saw a strange bird in the park. Instead of just walking past, I stopped. I looked at it. I looked it up on my phone to find its name.
You stop to wonder. That is a beautiful moment. It makes the world feel magical again.
Yes. I think a curious life is a rich life. You are never bored if you are curious. There is always something to investigate.
So, the version of us we are becoming is a student of life. We are always learning.
And we are not afraid to say, I don't know. Because I don't know is the first step to learning.
I love that. Let's keep asking questions, Ben. Let's go over some useful phrases about curiosity.
Sure.
First, broaden your horizons. This means to increase your knowledge and experience of the world. Example: traveling helps to broaden your horizons.
Second, ask questions. This means to try to get information, not just accept things. Example: a good student is not afraid to ask questions.
Third, fascinating. This means extremely interesting. Example: this book about space is fascinating.
Fourth, learn something new. This is the goal of curiosity. Example: I try to learn something new every day.
Fifth, wonder. This means to be curious and think about something. Example: I wonder what it is like to live on the moon. What about you? What are you curious about?
Do you like learning about other countries and cultures? Share your thoughts with us.
Now it's your turn.
Let's practice what you learned today about adventure and curiosity.
Listening challenge. Listen to the episode again. Find the 3 ways we are changing: exploring the city, saying yes, and being curious.
Speaking challenge. Say 3 sentences about a new experience. For example, I want to explore a new park. I will say yes to my friend's invitation. I am curious about Italian food.
Writing challenge. Write a short paragraph about a hidden gem in your city. Is there a nice cafe or a beautiful street that you love? Describe it to us.
Don't worry if your English is simple. The important thing is to share your idea.
Remember, small practice every day helps you improve.
That's right. Just one step at a time.
Let's go over the highlights of this conversation one last time. We talked about becoming a more adventurous person.
We talked about the explorer, getting off the beaten path and finding hidden gems.
We talked about the yes person, overcoming laziness and giving new things a go.
And we talked about the curious person, asking questions and broadening our horizons.
Let's quickly review 5 important phrases from today. Listen and repeat.
Comfort zone, the safe place where you don't grow.
Hidden gem, a special place few people know.
Give it a go. To try something.
Make memories, to do memorable things.
Broaden your horizons, to learn and experience more.
Remember, English learning is about practice and patience. Stay curious and keep exploring.
Wow. We have covered a massive amount of ground today. I feel like we just traveled through a whole lifetime of advice.
We really have. It has been an incredible journey. We started with the basics of health and habits.
Then we got serious with adulting, organizing our time and our money.
We learned how to slow down and find balance in a busy world.
We rebuilt our mindset to be more positive and resilient.
And finally, we finished with the fun part, becoming adventurous explorers of our own lives.
It is a lot to take in. Listeners, please remember, you do not have to do all of this tomorrow.
Exactly. Do not try to be perfect. As we said at the beginning, we are looking for progress, not perfection.
Just pick one or two small things from today's mega episode. Maybe you will start the 15-minute cleaning rule, or maybe you will just take a different street to work.
Small steps lead to big changes. We hope this special long episode has given you a lot of inspiration and a huge boost to your English vocabulary.
Speaking of vocabulary, this was a marathon episode with hundreds of useful phrases. Please make sure to download the special full PDF transcript and exercises.
It is a big resource today. You can find the link in the description below. It will help you review all 5 sections we discussed.
Thank you for sticking with us through this long journey. We are so proud of you for investing this time in yourself.
Before we go, we have one final question for you. After listening to all these ideas, what is the number one change you are going to make this week?
We really want to know. Share your goal in the comments. Let's support each other.
Thank you for listening to Everyday English Talk. Keep growing, keep learning, and keep becoming the best version of yourself.
Until next time, Anna and Ben, bye for now.